All right, man. What to do? This is A Dizzle and M Dizzle, and this is episode 4 of AD is Elevated. We're officially gonna, get this thing off the ground and be consistent with it. You see, my fourth guest on the show is none other than my lovely, beautiful, incredibly amazing wife, Simone Marsha Green. Clap it up, clap it up. Yeah, come on, clap for yourself, girl. Come on, clap for us, son. All right,
Yeah,
there we
no
go. All right, no clap, no clap. All right, that's
clap.
okay.
He
That's
thought about it in his head, probably.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Well, thank you for agreeing to do this, as awkward as it may be for you. Is it awkward for you, or is this cool? All right,
This
this
is
is
a
beautiful.
regular day,
So I
and
asked, I asked our studio audience, and by studio audience, I mean
I was gonna get
my co-host and Ace, who's on the
right,
couch, if they had any questions they wanted me to ask you, and the only thing that came up was your mom.
valid.
So I wanted to get out the way before I forgot. But no, thank you for your time, wife. I appreciate you. Um, so I'm gonna bounce around a little bit here, but I want to kind of give it like a quick timeline, right? A couple things that people already know, and if they don't, that we're gonna highlight. You're originally from Toledo, Ohio. You graduated from Central Catholic High School. You are an alumnus of the Irish. You then took your talents to the University of Findlay for track, where you have several records for long jump and triple jump. Were the president of BSU, Black Student Union, and you graduated with your undergrad there. Then you transferred to University of Central Missouri. So you were an Oiler and then a Mule. Not to
I
make an
was a
ass out of
Jenny.
a Jenny. Okay, what's a Jenny?
It's a girl.
It's
A
a girl.
girl.
It's a girl mule.
Yeah,
Okay, got you. Thank you. So are you guys mules or Jennies?
both. We're the mules and Jennies.
I don't think that. They just call like the women mules Jennies? Like you guys are a UCM
Yeah,
Jenny? Okay. But like the actual mascot is a mule.
it's both.
They don't like on the jerseys, it doesn't say Jenny.
Yeah,
What?
yes, they do.
Do the jerseys say Jennies on them?
Girls do. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Cool. All right. I like it. I like it. Cool. 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 But and you finished up your masters there.
hmm
Um, so in lieu of asking anything that's just normal or traditional, I want to know what is your heart what has been your hardest moment as an athlete? Your hardest moment, was it an injury? Was it unable being unable to accomplish something, which is saying something for you because you accomplished quite a bit, but like, you know what I'm saying, like, what has been your
Right.
hardest moment as an athlete?
I think injury is like an easy way to go. And injuries are hard, so it's not discrediting any injuries that, I've had or anybody has ever had. But I think my hardest moment was probably coming to terms with the fact that I wasn't going to do some of the things that I wanted to do. Like
Okay.
I wasn't going to hit some of those goals and learning to be okay with the fact that I wasn't going to hit some of those goals.
Right. And how did you deal with that? How did you get through that? How did you process that?
I don't know, get over it.
Okay.
That's
Just man up.
a woman up, woman
Woman
up.
up. Ginny up.
No, that's a really poor response. I don't know. Kind of like I think you have to go through all the phases of everything that you feel, right? So you got to feel sad. You have to kind of grieve, like, okay, well, I thought I was going to, be an All-American, and that didn't end up happening. So I think you have to reflect on the process of like, okay, I did everything I could have possibly done to try and get there. And you know what? That's not what God had in his plans.
Right.
So I'm, going where I'm supposed to be and doing what I'm supposed to be doing according to his stuff, not mine.
All right now, come on, girl, come on. Why did you transfer from? Or I don't know if it was a transfer, right? Because you just finished your undergrad, but still kind of transferred. You could have stayed at Finley. You could have stayed an Oiler in your grad. You were already in the graduate program, so no, it was a transfer.
Right.
Why did you transfer from to UF to UCM? What spurred that?
My coach left.
Okay, this is Coach Bree.
Yes, Coach Bree
That's
took
Coach
her
Bree,
husband took a job, their family was moving, which was very beautiful for them. But that was the coach that I kind of went to that school for.
right?
And that was the coach that I had bonded really well with, that we had a good relationship. We understood each other. She knew my goals. She helped push me there. And I was not confident that I was going to get that same support staying at Finley.
Okay, copy. No, I did. How was that your first time living in a different state other than Ohio when you went to Missouri?
Yeah.
How would you describe that? Did you have fun? Did you enjoy it? Was it culture shock? Were you like, was it weird or was it, yeah, talk to us.
Definitely different. A lot hotter.
Okay, right,
I loved living by myself. I
right.
think it's pretty cool to have like your own little apartment, your own little space.
What you trying to say? What
What?
you trying to say?
Give me my own space.
Oh, okay.
Next house, next house. Um, what was the question?
Oh, wow, wow. Oh, it's a squirrel. Yeah.
Pretty much.
No. Well, how was it living in a new state? You know, you spent at that point you had spent 22 years in
Right.
Ohio, right? From Toledo to Findlay, and yeah, I mean just Toledo to
Yeah.
Findlay. But like, yeah.
Um, I mean, it was good. It was cool. I would recommend to anybody like live in another state, get that experience. I think I had a very different experience than most people because I had a built-in community. So whenever you're an athlete somewhere, like you have your teammates, you have your coaches. They're supposed to be there for you as long as they're doing their jobs well.
Right.
So I had that resource while I was at school.
Mhm.
Now, if I just up and moved, for a job, then you're kind of on your own until you build a community around you.
Right.
That said, it was still hard to not have my usual community around me. So, like, my parents are in Toledo, you guys are in Findlay, my old teammates, my classmates, my friends, like everybody else was in Ohio. So, that was an adjustment.
For sure. For sure. But you handled it well.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Yeah.
I think it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it was fun. I think it looked fun. It seemed fun. I'm glad I got to, be there and, see it from the outside, if you will.
You did.
Or yeah, inside, I don't know. But yeah, so um yeah. So now you're back. You're back in your home state of Ohio. You
I'm
came
back.
back after you finished up your track season in 2024 and went on to graduate with your master's from UCM. And now you're currently the college and career advisor at Central Catholic. She just did a wardrobe change mid-interview.
So I put my forehead looked really big for a
Oh,
second. So I
oh,
got nervous. So I put them down because to help a little bit.
dog, dog. She can't be still. Lock in. Be in the moment. Dog.
Yeah, be
Um,
still.
anyways, so you're now the college and career advisor at Central Catholic, where you graduated from, where you went to high school and did your thing, made a name for yourself. You did that for, I mean, not even a year before you became. No, it would have been a year. Yeah, it'd have been just over a year
Technically, January to November, just 11 months.
before you took on the head coaching job of the
Correct.
track team there. So what do you for let's start here. What do you enjoy about being a college and career advisor?
I like that my job is working with students, but not necessarily in a classroom setting.
Okay,
So I get to interact with them. My job is more relational.
right.
So learning my students what they like, what they don't like, where their strengths lie, where they could use some improvements, things like that. And then we get to take all of those things and transition it into their future career or their future plans after they graduate.
Okay, I can dig. Sorry, my co-host is moving around. Can you go out? You're gonna go out mid-interview? This is
Co-house,
interview etiquette.
co-host.
Oh,
Ah,
you can play chess
ah.
right here. Play chess.
Play chess with me.
Oh, he's got 9% on the chess pack.
Oh,
He exited. Okay. Um,
bad team.
no, for sure. You don't have to, don't have to necessarily be the teacher every single day in a traditional sense, but you still get to help advise and counsel students on
Mhm.
future plans and I mean in current plans, right? So, um,
Yeah.
uh, do you feel like you get to utilize some of your own experience and things that you would have liked to see done for you, or things that you did see done for you, right? That you can then administer to your students.
A lot every day.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, for sure. Now take us to the head coaching job because you didn't do that for your first year at Central. Obviously, your name rings bells with regard to track in general, but track at Central Catholic. So not only a homecoming because that's where you work, but a homecoming now because you get to be part of the track program again, and you get to lead the track program. How was this first year for you as head coach? As head coach, big dog.
Big dog. Interesting. It was definitely a learning curve.
Okay,
There's a lot of things that go into it that I didn't realize went into it. And
right.
nobody teaches you these things, right? It's kind of just like, okay, here's your plate, like eat, figure it out.
Right.
And I had a lot of support from administration, from my other coaches, from my athletes who were super patient. Like there was from parents, there was a lot of support from you guys at home, like
Right.
everything like that. So I think this was year 7 of coaching for me,
Okay.
but year 1 of head coaching, and they're two completely different things. And that's not what I pictured in my brain when I said yes. I
um,
would say yes again. I would say yes again.
okay, that was my next question for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously you want to progress and grow, and there's always things that you look to do, better or differently to get, different, better, or more results, right?
Yeah.
But overall, once again, I'm not on the team or part of the program, so kind of an outsider, right? It looked like you had a very successful season, a very successful first season. You took how many kids to state?
I took 6 boys.
Six. You took six boys. So what? Oh, hang on. What do they call? And what do you got? You got a different name for the women at Centrals, and the boys are the Irish, and
Irish, Lady Irish. I mean, we're both Irish. We're all Irish.
what do they call the dance team?
IDT, Irish dance team.
I thought there was like a name for it that I saw in a locker or something. I don't know.
Mm,
Like Owlet. No, that's PJ Masks, but I don't know something. Anyway, but yeah, no, I think you should be very proud of that, and I think that, I mean, that's a huge accomplishment, man. Look, I was never one of them kids that was going to state in anything. So I mean, look, if I was a head coach and took some people to state, man, that's a big deal. So you took six in your first season. How many went last year to state?
that's a good question. Off the top of my head,
Less than six.
I don't, I don't know. It's roughly about the same number.
It's probably less than six. So you
One,
you stepped
one
up.
girl and a couple boys relays, I
Okay.
believe.
What was your biggest adjustment to being the head coach, right? People talk about like how like, you know, Michael Jordan or LeBron James could never be a head coach of a team, or Kobe Bryant, right? Because they're like the hardest workers of all time, right? Like they're gonna expect so much that they can't get from these individuals because these individuals can never be MJ, Kobe, or LeBron, right? What has been your biggest adjustment as a head coach and being someone who, is, is like that, was like that in the track sphere, you know?
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I guess I've never actually heard people say that about like Kobe or LeBron or MJ or whoever.
You heard it here first.
But it makes sense. And I think that was an adjustment that I started to learn last season when I was helping out with jumps. Um, because every kid is different, every athlete is different. And I think part of knowing who you're working with is knowing where they're at and where they could go. So in my jumps last year, I had a range. I had a state long jump champion last year. Totally
Okay,
forgot.
right,
Um, so I had a returning long jump champion, and then I had on the other end, kiddos who had never done it before.
right,
You're working with a different range of skills, a different range of um, floors and ceilings. So you have to know how to adapt, your drills and things like that to each kid. Doing that in mass. So I had just over 70 kids on my team this past season, actually a little bit closer to 80. And we get divided into jumps, throws, sprints, distance, but for the most part, we try to keep them together.
right,
Um, Distance, sprints, and jumps, all kind of like we were all on the track together.
right,
And so when you're working with so many different kids in a large group like that, it makes it difficult.
right.
I think when it comes to having high standards, I don't think there's anything wrong with holding kids to high standards. I think it helps them. I think it helps them know what they can accomplish. I think it helps them have a good structure. I actually had parents this past season come up to me and tell me like, "Hey, thank you for holding our kid accountable. Thank you for holding our kid to a standard that they can meet. They might not think they can meet that, but it's definitely in their wheelhouse to do. So thank you for helping them with that."
For sure.
I think it also comes with reminding them that like they're going to fail.
Mhm.
You're going to fail at anything that you're trying, whether it's work, school, home, like you're going to drop the ball at some point. So just being patient, helping them learn and grow together.
Let me ask you this: from Coach Bree, Coach Campos, your coaches throughout the year. What is one or two things that you have or plan to take from them to put into your own bag repertoire of coaching?
Yeah. I think Coach Bree, I think I probably pulled most of my stuff from Coach Bree. Um, she she was herself.
Okay,
She was very authentic. She's a happy person. She's a giggly person. She is not afraid to let us know that she made mistakes. Or she would be like, "Oh, you know what? I definitely just told you the wrong amount of steps. Back it up. Go to this one."
right.
Um, and so I'm the youngest person on my staff.
Mm,
I don't have as much life experience, as much coaching experience as anybody else on there. And so they're helping me learn, but also like I'm not afraid to say, you know what, whoops, totally missed that.
right,
Um, maybe I set up a drill wrong. Okay, cool, let's back it up 10 meters. Like, not that big of a deal. We adapt, we adjust, and I think that helps my athletes learn, like, okay, like that's all right.
mm.
That's all I've got for that question.
Oh no, I felt like you were. I felt like that there. No, for sure.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I think you hit on the biggest thing was like self accountability, right? And
Yeah.
not being afraid to make mistakes. I think that's huge just in life in general. I'm taking a couple steps back here, just similar to this question, but with regard to college and career advisor, what would you have liked to hear from those individuals back, your time in high school, and maybe even in college with advising, with regard to advising, that would, assist you in current times or help propel you forward? What are you telling kids now that you would have liked to hear back then?
That you don't have to have it all figured out.
Okay,
I think I kind of figured that out on my own.
right.
Because so when I went into college, when I went to Finley, I wanted to study criminology. I wanted to do criminal justice and psychology.
It's gonna be the feds.
I thought I wanted to be an FBI criminal profiler, which is a really dope job. I'm trying to get one of my students to do it at some point, so that way I can say I got somebody where I wanted to be. And they would also want to do it too, not just for selfish reasons, of course.
She's going to 12.
Anyway, Finley told me I couldn't study criminal justice and psychology at the same time,
Mm,
which ended up not being true later, but God is funny. So I called my advisor from high school and I was like, they told me I can't study what I want to study. What am I supposed to do? And she was like, just do marketing. Like you could do that well. And I was like, oh. So I went my first like 2.5 years of college and everybody was like, what are you going to do with marketing and psychology? Like the responses were either those are so different. How are you going to mesh those? Or it was those work really well together. I'm excited to see what you do with those.
right,
And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this stuff. So sometimes it would stress me out because I was like, I don't even know what I'm trying to do. At one point, I thought I wanted to do social media marketing. At one point, I considered, being a life coach, which is kind of what I do now.
mhm,
But yeah, I didn't know what I was doing, and I like to plan. I like to be organized. I like to have structure. I like to check things off like a checklist every day. So when you are moving in a direction and you don't know what the end result is or what you're actually trying to do, then it's kind of like, okay,
right,
what's going on? But if somebody had told me like you're gonna figure it out, it's gonna work itself out, like you don't have to have everything set in stone, you're only 19, like people
not right
here,
now.
no, 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 at the time. Hearing stories from people in their 40s or 50s making, pivoting in their careers or making transitions or deciding, hey, I don't like this anymore. I'm not going to do that. I want to go over here and do this. And I'm going to figure out and start over and learn.
Right,
Those stories are really encouraging. So I try to communicate that with my students now of you don't have to have everything figured out. You just need to be moving in a direction. What is a step that you can take that will get you going towards that?
for sure. No, I like it. Little baby step. It's all a process, step by step. You can't take 10 steps before you take one. So no, I'm with you for sure. Um, Speaking of that and taking steps and continuing to stride, and I know we only got a couple more minutes here, but you have recently entered um, a program at Kent State. You are pursuing what's funny? What's funny?
Nothing.
I can't put this out there.
No, you could put it on there.
Okay, now for whatever reason I get the getting you're pursuing an EDD in leadership. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So I get the stuff, conjumbled or whatever.
Yep.
So I don't know if you're trying to lead the household or whatever. I don't know what you're trying to do with that
I
degree.
already do.
Oh, here she goes. Here she goes. How's the program treating you, and what do you look forward to doing with those new credentials once you achieve them?
It's pretty cool. It is, well, it's all online, which I love.
Right?
Love and hate.
I mean,
Sometimes I think that like having, human interaction would help.
right.
Um, but also I like that it adapts with my schedule on whatever it is that we got going on that week. I think the program, it's really flexible in terms of how it can be applied. Yeah, no stretching.
Sorry.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be, my concentration is in is it interprofessional or interpersonal? One of the two. Interprofessional leadership studies, and mine is in educational context.
Okay.
So school settings, most of them are K through 12. There's some college settings in there too. I don't think I necessarily plan to stay in like an educational building forever.
Okay.
Um, but I think that there's a lot of things that we can learn from educational institutions and take them into other workforce areas.
Like it.
So to answer your question, treating me well.
All
What
right.
am I going to do with it? I don't know.
It's all right. She just like to do stuff.
Just like to do stuff.
Like to do stuff, bro.
Just
Um,
like to do stuff. I can't let you be the only doctor in the house. I'm so
that's
sorry.
crazy, bro. Crazy, crazy. No. As we wrap up here, I got some fun, some last fun questions, some quick hitters. The first one, um, what is your favorite song at the moment?
Spend that.
Yep, I knew that was yeah, yeah. Can you sing it for us?
No.
Um, my next set of questions, I'm gonna drop a name, and I want you to describe them in one word and one word only. Understood? Okay.
Yes.
Look, she's submissive. She said yes to my understood. Look at that, playing that right there. That was beautiful.
All
Um,
right. Say your name first.
no. All right. Bubby.
Brother.
Oh, that's man, that's a whack descriptor word. Give me that. Let's try this again. All right, Donovan.
Love.
All right, there we go. I like that. That was good. Tammy.
Mom.
We know roles. These are yeah. We can brother and mom are not going to suffice here.
Well, you asked me for the first word that came to my head.
All right, valid. All right, Jamal.
Cool guy.
That's two words. And see.
Got a dash. It's got a hyphen in the middle.
Oh, here you go, Miss Shauna.
Friendly.
Ace.
Farts.
I know you're not talking. Gus.
Cute.
Zay.
Bestie.
My list ran out real quick. All right, beautiful. That was cute. That was cute.
You're
What?
gonna forget my husband and my son? That's crazy.
No, I have a son question. I didn't need to hear the first word
Oh, okay.
you used to describe me. I don't. Yeah, I'm
Well,
not.
I was gonna tell you that yours was gonna be pain in my ass. That's what I was expecting you to
That's
say.
four words, so you already failed the assignment. How are you getting through this program? This is sick work. My goodness.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So my last question does pertain, I've started asking this question in all my interviews post being a dad, or not I'm not after being a dad, but after I become a dad, right? And so with regard to our son, in 10, 15, 20, 25 years from now, what is one thing, what is a piece of advice, if you will, that you would like for him to have going forward and to remember from the Simone Marsha Green?
One piece of advice.
I mean, it could be a couple in there if you want to, but like, yeah, just
He's gonna hear it from me all the time. I think my biggest encouragement to him would be to be himself.
okay.
He's got to be himself. We've got a kid with a hell of a personality on him.
Man,
He can be very outspoken when
which
he
is
wants
good
to. He could also be very quiet when he wants to be.
for sure, for
I
sure.
think I'm not I think I'm very excited to see him find his group and where he fits in and belongs, because he is so intelligent and so like the world, he's got so many things that he could do.
Hmm.
so many things that he could do and that he could be great at if he lets himself be great at it.
for sure. For
So
sure.
he's just gotta stay locked in with himself and not trip on what other people are doing.
100%. 1,000,000%, as Knuckles would say.
1 billion%.
No, 1 million. Did you say billion? It's million.
No.
You don't see. You don't know. You don't know the characters. Come on.
Billion, quadrillion, zillion, ask Miles, all of them.
Hashtag Ask Miles. I love it. Well, thank you for joining here on this fourth episode, fourth installment of AD is Elevated. I appreciate you, wife. I love you.
Love you
Do
too.
you have anything left to say?
No.
All right, beautiful. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. Go hop along and
Thanks.
skip and sing and hum.
And do things.
All right, and we're not, and scammers are not good. Boosters are not good. We got to change the beat
Some
on
people
spam
gotta
is
live, man.
what?
Huh?
What did you say?
Nothing.
See, here you go. Too
I'll
much.
see you in 2.5 hours, friend.
All right, I love you.
Love you too. Bye.